Sometimes a courtroom can feel like the coldest place in the world, stiff, intimidating, and full of judgment. But then, there's Judge Frank Caprio, a man whose approach to justice has touched millions of lives and warmed countless hearts. In this episode of Caught in Providence, titled, "I've Never Met a Judge Like You," we witness a moment that reminds us why Judge Caprio became known as the nicest judge in the world. A local motorist walks into the courtroom, facing a minor violation. But instead of starting with stern warnings or harsh penalties, Judge Caprio leans forward, his tone gentle yet curious, and begins a conversation. That's when something remarkable happens. The man reveals that he grew up in South Providence, the very same neighborhood where Judge Caprio himself was raised. Suddenly, the courtroom transforms. What could have been an ordinary legal proceeding turns into a heartfelt reunion of sorts, rooted in a shared past. The motorist begins recalling what life was like in that community, talking about the experiences that shaped him. Judge Caprio listens closely, nodding, smiling, and affirming his words. Together, they reflect on the way people often misunderstand or stereotype South Providence. The motorist admits that others don't always see the good in the community, but Judge Caprio gently interrupts, reminding him, and everyone watching, that stereotypes never define a person's character. He speaks with conviction, honoring the strength, resilience, and dignity of the people who come from his neighborhood. This exchange is more than just talk. It shows Caprio's deep belief that justice is not about punishment alone. It's about empathy, compassion, and seeing the humanity in every individual who walks into his courtroom. By the end, it's clear that the motorist isn't just leaving with a resolution to his case. He's leaving with encouragement, dignity, and the sense that someone in authority truly cares. Moments like this are what made Judge Frank Caprio a beloved figure across America and beyond. For decades, he sat on the bench of the Providence Municipal Court, turning what could have been a cold, intimidating process into something profoundly human. Produced by his brother Joe Caprio, Caught in Providence shared these moments with the world, allowing millions to witness justice with a heart. Judge Caprio, who passed away in August 2025 at the age of 88, left behind a legacy that went far beyond fines and rulings. He reminded us that kindness has a place in the courtroom, that empathy is not weakness but strength, and that sometimes the most powerful thing a judge can do is simply listen. So when the motorist looks at him and says, "I've never met a judge like you," we know exactly what he means. Judge Caprio wasn't just a judge. He was a teacher, a mentor, and a voice of compassion in a world that often forgets to forgive.